welcome to the channel, Public Shopping Addict. And I hope everyone is doing well, and thank you for stopping by and checking out this PSA, which I am so happy to do for you all. And actually, I am doing a comparison video between the large Glenna and the Pleated Tote, two bags I recently picked up on my little shopping excursions at Vera, Bradley, the outlet stores. Actually, these two bags you can only find at the factory outlet stores, so you can't find them at Vera's signature store, although they do have tote bags. I think they have what's called like the large tote and the small tote, but the large Glenna and the Pleated Tote can only be found at the outlet store. Yeah, so I picked, if you saw my last PSA, one of my unbaggings, you would have seen where I picked this bag up, and this is the large Glenna in the pattern Painted Paisley, which is so beautiful. Love this pattern, and I definitely need to get more stuff in this pattern. It's just so pretty. And then the other bag that I picked up on my second outing was the Pleated Tote. So this Pleated Tote is in the pattern Bloomberry, which is a relatively new pattern, and also need to get more stuff in this because it's just absolutely gorgeous. And let me just see, the retail on this bag goes for about $89, and the large Glenna is the retail price is about $109. But if you go when there's a sale, as I did, at that time it was 70% off, which was a really great deal. Take advantage, then you'll definitely get it at a much better price. So yeah, so I wanted to kind of cover on some of the similarities and some of the differences, and I'm hoping this is going to be a very quick video between the two bags. The Pleated Tote, I have the Pleated Tote. I think this is like my fifth one I added to the collection. So I have a few others, and they're really great bags. I really thoroughly enjoy using them. Very comfortable, easy, and I mean, just, you know, what you expect out of a tote. And the large Glenna, which I picked up, this happens to be my first large Glenna. I didn't even know they had large Glennas until I saw it at the store. Actually, I saw her first. I got this one first, and my assumption was, oh, they're going to retire the Pleated Tote, and this was going to be the replacement. But sure enough, I went the second time and there was a Pleated Tote. So I'm hoping that Vera will continue to make both bags, because I really like both of them, and it's always nice to have that choice. All right, so like I said, I really wanted to cover some of the similarities and differences between the two, and it's actually pretty, not, you know, they're almost the same, just for starters. So we're gonna begin with that. We're gonna begin with the sizes of the bags. They are pretty much the same size. I am going to note right here on the screen the sizes of each, so that way you can have a comparison. But I will let you know I did measure them before I started doing this video, and sure enough, on the width of both bags, like going across, so going across both bags was it measured at 17 inches. So 17 inches across from side to side, and then the height, the Glenna actually is a tad bit taller, just a slight inch, like a little bit. The Pleated Tote, the height is about, it measured about 12.5 inches, and the large Glenna came in at about 13 inches. So it's like that little half-inch taller. But if you, like I said, if you put them side to side, they're pretty much the same from a distance. I mean, you can't even really tell the two apart. And in terms of the width, they are pretty much also the same. Although the I would say the large Glenna probably looks a tad bit wider, and it's just because the fabric it's a little bit fluffier. It bulges out on the side, so it gives it that look that it's a slightly larger, but they are pretty much the same as well. Let me just line this up here so you can see. So the pleated tote came in at about no, actually it was exactly 5 inches across, and when I did, I measured from seam to seam, so it was 5 inches across. And the large Glenna, it was just slightly, again, a little like by a hair. I would say it was about a 5 1/4 inches wide, so relatively the same as far as that. But yeah, so that's what it looks like from a distance. Beautiful pattern underneath on both these bags. Absolutely just gorgeous. Love them. Also, with the bags, the edging on the top, the border on the top of both bags are the same. So that also is what makes it look quite the same from a distance, is because they both have that same border on the top, and they both have that scallop dip in the middle of the bag. So you really couldn't even tell from a distance which is which, unless you look at closely at like on the straps and stuff. But they both have that same scallop dip in the middle of the bags, which I like because it gives you a little more armpit room. I call it a little extra room for your arms, so that's cool. So that is a similarity between both of the bags. As far as the material, they're both constructed in that beautiful cotton diamond stitching that you will find signature of Vera. So that's on this one, and then on the large Glenna, that is the diamond stitching as well. And they do both have the Vera Bradley logo. Let me just make sure I have it here. Yeah, so the Vera Bradley logo, the tag is on both the bottom of the bag, so that you'll see. Yeah, so that is another similarity. And also another similarity between the two is the pockets on the outside. As you can see, both the pleated tote and the large Glenna have these really nice, big size, ample room pockets on each end of the bag. So you have it on this end and this end, and then the other end. And look at that beautiful pattern placement on both. So pretty. So yeah, it's a very nice, roomy size pocket. As you can see, I could put my whole entire hand in there on both bags, as well as here. And yeah, and then you'll find it on both sides of the bag. Look at that pretty flower. I love that. I love when they have pretty placement on each of the ends. So I have it on this one and this one. Yeah, so that's right there, a similarity between the two. And let's see. And on the inside, they do both have the same inside breakdown. They both have that nylon interior, where they have on one wall they'll have 3 slip-in pockets, and then the other wall has the zipper pocket. So both the bags have that in common. They both have the zipper, which is the coated zipper, and they both have, getting back to the bottom, they also do both have like the soft, it's almost like a soft cardboard bottom to give the bag some structure. So that they have. Oh, and I did notice another thing. Well, this will fall in the differences, but since I'm already here, if you notice the bottom of the Glenna, it is the material. It's not quilted. It is a soft, smooth fabric, whereas the pleated tote, they still continue with the diamond stitching, so that you'll find on the pleated tote. So that's even something I just noticed myself now. So that will fall in your differences. But yeah, so that's pretty much, I think, in a nutshell. Hopefully I'm not missing anything in terms of the similarity. as I said, you look at both bags, and from a distance, they look pretty much the same. But you really have to look closely to figure out which is which. Now, getting into the differences of the bag, I will start off with the pockets. Well, or lack of. The Pleated Tote. Let's go with the Pleated Tote. Has there's no pocket in the front at all, and there is no pockets of any kind on the back, which is really nice because you get this really pretty view of this beautiful pattern, just the way it's made without any breaks or anything like that. So I really like that. And the same for the front. You get that beautiful pattern without any breaks in there as well. So really nice to look at that. Whereas the Glenna, and this is assuming all my other Vera Addictinistas out there have the Glenna, then you know the Glenna has, if you have the satchel from either the factory outlet, because there is a factory outlet Glenna version, or the Signature store, every Glenna has the pockets. This large Glenna only has one pocket in the front, has that beautiful scallop edging design on that pocket, which you'll find on all Glennas. Has a really nice ample sized room. You could easily fit in here. It comes up to, let me see, like comes up to about up to here, so you can easily fit a phone in there with no problem. And there is, on this one, on the large Glenna, there is no other pocket. Like I said, usually the Glenna does have two pockets. On the satchels, you'll find the same pocket in the front and the back, but the large Glenna only has a pocket on the front, which I actually like, because sometimes I think when there are too many pockets, I end up losing things, or it takes me even longer to find things. So I kind of like the one pocket in the front on a large Glenna, especially on a large bag. And I know there's only one place for me to look for if I need to find my phone or my keys or something. So that's kind of cool, the one pocket. Another notable difference would be the straps and the way they constructed both the bags. Now the Pleated Tote, if you look at the strap, which I'll show you right up close, we'll start here actually. If you look at the strap is sewn in. They actually sew the strap in between the two fabrics of the tote, and that is pretty much how they have it constructed, like that. And you will find it sewn like that on each and every one. So it is sturdy, definitely. I mean, it's not gonna break anytime soon, but because it's sewn like that, this is probably the kind of strap that I would not, or rather the kind of bag that I wouldn't use really to put a lot of heavy stuff in it. So if you were thinking about using this as a like a school bag where you're gonna put heavy books in it, I really wouldn't use it to put 50 pounds in this bag. Like, definitely not, because I would say after, you know, time or with time, I could see the straps kind of frailing, or maybe you might end up tearing it, pulling it, and yeah, the stress of the weight would definitely take its toll on that. So this is like a tote that you, this is a tote that you will use basically for, you know, for your everyday thing, but not where you're lugging really heavy like school books or magazines or anything like that. I wouldn't definitely do it. And if I do, I probably would use it like maybe once or twice. Now the large Glenna actually is a lot better in terms of the construction of the strap, because as you can see, some silver metal shiny going on. It's because of exactly that. They constructed it quite differently, but it is much sturdier, and it makes it a lot stronger, and this definitely would be a bag to use for heavier stuff. So if you look at the how they anchor the strap to the bag, they use this material here. It looks like actually like a key fob. The shape reminds me of a key fob, and it is stitched completely around onto the bag. So they stitched it on top onto the bag, and the top part is just this stitch. Let me just see if I can show you there. Yeah, so it's pretty stitched from in there as well, and then on this side, and they do that for all the four on each, on each side of the bag. And then what they did to really make it much more stronger, they anchored it in with this VB metal stud right there, so it's actually punctured right into the bag. So that makes the bag definitely stronger. I mean, like, this is not gonna go anywhere soon. And then the strap itself, what they did, they they attached it to this square ring, which I really like that square ring. I think had they used a round ring, it would have been like all right, but I really like the square. It gives it a little more, to me, like a little more designer appeal on that bag. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. So they attached the strap to the square ring, and let me just show you how that's sewn in, and it's really, like, they really did a really nice job attaching that. So this is not gonna come off anytime soon. At worst case, I can see it frailing from the top here, but definitely not from here, and I can't even imagine this coming off from there. So that is how it's tacked onto each end of the bag. So that really adds a lot of, it makes a bag super strong, and it makes it sturdy, and it's like I said, this I would use more of a, if I had to use it as a, for schoolwork, for school, or something where you're lugging a lot of heavy stuff, I would opt more to use the large Glenna before the pleated tote. And yeah, so that in essence is pretty much the same. I mean, pretty much the difference. I don't know if I covered while we're on the subject of straps, I wanted to show you, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the width on the straps are pretty much also the same between the pleated tote. Let me just do one of each. Between the pleated tote and the large Glenna. So here's the large Glenna, here's the pleated tote, and they're pretty much the same width. So width size on both of the bags are pretty much the same as well. So another difference also would be on the edging, the piping that they used on the pleated tote. The piping is mainly on the top of the bag. So just to show you the top of the bag, this is how they did this, like pleating here. So they kind of just stitched here, and it's flimsy, so there's nothing sturdy or stiff about it. There is piping that goes around the bag here, so they use this right there as a piping that goes around, and that's actually pretty good. It reminds me of a Mandy tote. If you have a Mandy, the Mandy has kind of like this same piping. I mean, the design is a little different on the Mandy, but kind of reminds me with that piping as well. But I mean, it's practical, this piping, because when you're holding your bag or when you lay it down, it kind of prevents it from collapsing all the way down, because the pleated tote is very, as you can see, it's very like malleable and flexible, and I mean, you could really just like fold this if you wanted to. That's how soft, I would say, the construction is on the pleated tote. So, but again, when you're using it, and if you have it stuffed, it's gonna keep it from collapsing like down the middle or anything like that. So that's a cute little design there. So yeah, so that's the difference. And then the large Glenna, the design is a little different, because with the large Glenna, what they did, because of the pocket, they kind of reinforced the top. So let me just go this way. So if you look at the piping here, it is much more, I would say, substantial, and it almost feels this piping here almost feels as if it had like a little wire inside. So it really keeps the structure to this bag, and it just goes all the way around and around there. And that's probably the only, it's the only piping. So this one, they really had to kind of like make it really stiff up here, and that's like the design to this bag, is because of this whatever they put in here, it just makes it really stiff. And if you see, when I go like this, see how it just bounces right back out? So it's like, that's why I feel like there's a wire in there or something, but I mean, that's good, because it gives the bag structure. It's not gonna collapse, it's not gonna get all, it's not gonna puddle into material, and it's gonna keep its shape. So like if I'm holding it from underneath, you see that actually keeps it from puddling down. So that's really, really nice. And yeah, like I said, it stays like that no matter what. So yeah, so I wanted to show you that. And then just getting to the zipper real quickly, that will probably be the last difference between the two, is the way they put the zippers on these bags. The large Glenna, as you see, it does have the plastic coated zipper. It has a deeper recess. It's a deeper recess pocket than the Pleated Tote, or rather recess zipper than the Pleated Tote. So it has like this much of material, which I like, because if you're using the large Glenna and say you want to put an umbrella, lay it down, that's nice, because I like to be able to, for me personally, I like to lay an umbrella across here, and when I'm using it, I could just put my umbrella right here, and I have it for quick access, or even if you're using it in the winter time and you want to put your scarf, you can roll it and just lay it on top without actually having to open the bag. And now this one is a little interesting, because when you open this zipper, and it does have that nice ribbon that says Vera Bradley. When you open the zipper, it goes all the way up to there. So it doesn't go to the end of the bag. If you look at this, there's actually an opening right here. Let me see if I can put my finger. So it has this pretty big opening. I mean, I could put probably 2 fingers there, so you can see that. And this does not open all the way. This actually is like the end, and you cannot open this up any further. So the only thing about that is when you look at the mouth, see the mouth of the bag, it looks a little it looks a little lopsided, because you have this much here to use to go in and out of the bag. This here, which I would say is probably like 3 inches, you cannot use. So it gives you like almost like that kind of smirky smile of anything, but it is still enough room. I mean, don't think that you can't. Look, I mean, I'm literally putting my arm in, and you still have plenty of room, but that's what it will look like, just like that. So that's an interesting difference with this large Glenna. Now the Pleated Tote is a lot easier, if I'm to use the term, and I want to show you how this looks on the Pleated Tote. So the Pleated Tote, let me just put it this way where the ribbon is, and it has the same plastic coated zipper, and also you have the ribbon pull, and then when you open this zipper, and just to show you how recessed it is, this one is shorter, so you don't have that much recess to this zipper here this little section here as you do with the large Glenna. But you can still use it, you know, to put your umbrella. And then when you open this up, this one at the end, let me just show you, that is sewn. This is attached to the end of the bag, so that's attached. So that means when you open the bag, it opens all the way, right? And then you have a much bigger mouth. See? So now you have that really like much more even openness to the bag. But again, you can put a lot of stuff, but this makes it easier. I mean, I really had wished that the large Glenna, they kind of did the same. So maybe they might want to change that, but again, it works for me. But just so you know, it's gonna not look quite the same with the opening. But yeah, so that is the difference between the large Glenna and the pleated tote. And then the last thing on this bag, hopefully this video is not lingering too long, is the drop of the bags. If you look at the large Glenna and the pleated tote, the drop is actually different. The pleated tote has a shorter drop, whereas the Glenna has a much longer. So shorter and longer. So when you put it on, this is gonna look longer. Now bear in mind, they're pretty much the same with the difference of maybe a ½ inch in height. But this is gonna look shorter on because of the drop, the strap, and this is gonna look, of course, longer. If you put it together like this, right, you can see already there the difference between the two. So this is a higher, obviously this is gonna be lower, and then the same can be said if you look at the difference here. This is gonna look shorter and this is gonna look longer. So yeah, and of course it's gonna look a little different on each one, but like I said, if you use them from afar, you can't really tell. But maybe the height might give a little, yeah, the height might kind of tell you now what's the difference between the two. So let me just put on both of them so that you can see from a distance what, you know, the bags look like. Okay, so I have both of them on. So I have the large Glenna on this side and I have the pleated tote on this side. And as you can see, the drop is obviously shorter on the pleated tote and longer on the large Glenna. But they both are pretty comfortable when it comes to the drop. As you can see on both of them, yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, I have chunky arms and it fits fine. So if you're wondering, yeah, you'll definitely have no problem with either bag that you choose. And yeah, and they're pretty comfortable in the sense with the drop. I do like where my arms kind of hang on the side of the bag. I usually don't like bags that are too fluffy because I don't like my arms. I never like them when they're like sticking out like this. I always like my arms to lay nicely beside the bag. So just, you know, from seeing the drop, my hand will meet all the way underneath to the large Glenna, so I can touch the bottom of the bag with my hand. And then the pleated tote, as you can see, it meets my wrist, and it's comfortable too. I can touch there with no problem, but it lays nicely like that. So yeah, so really a nice profile of both bags. I also wanted to show you, I have a lug bottle just to give you an idea of what it would look like with placing a water bottle into the bag. So if you wanted to place a water bottle into the pleated tote, it fits fine with no problem. And I like the way that looks like that. And it's really comfortable. Like I said, this is a lug, what is it, the Chuggy, and this is the 16 ounce. They do have a smaller version if you're into lug as well. And then putting it into the large Glenna, as you can see, that fits with no problem. And now the only thing is, because this is a little more softer. As you can see, when you put a water bottle in, it's gonna lay flat. Whereas with the large Glenna, because it has this kind of, you know, the stiff border, it's always gonna kind of stick out over your bottle. So, I mean, it could lay flat, but it's gonna always kind of fight with that desire of this bag to always kind of, you know, point out. But again, it's comfortable. It's not a problem. Another water bottle that I like to use, I got this from QVC, and this is a biggie. It's like a 24 ounce, if I'm not mistaken. And even something as big as this fits perfectly nicely inside the pocket. So look at that, like so easy. If I went back, see how that looks? Really, really nice. Again, that piece of material is always gonna overlap. The taller the bottle, the more you're gonna get, you know, this kind of look. But I think it's fine. Doesn't even bother me at all, and it fits nicely. So if I'm carrying this bag with the water bottle, it looks really, really nice. And then putting this really huge oversized water bottle into the pleated tote pocket. This is how it looks there. Again, it fits nicely. It goes in nicely, and then looks really nice. So that's a nice, really, I just love the size of these pockets. I mean, it really fits a lot. So if it fits this big size water bottle, it definitely could fit, you know, those smaller water bottles that you will tend to buy in the store or something like that. So yeah, so that is just a show of the pocket. All right, Addictinistas, so that is pretty much the difference between the large Glenna and the pleated tote. I think they're both fabulous bags. Love them. I definitely need more large Glennas in my life, and I already have the pleated tote, but I can always use some more. And yeah, I definitely want to pick up some more large Glennas as well. And like I said, you can only pick these bags up at the factory outlet store. So I know sometimes these outlet stores are a little out of the way. So if you're not able to make it to the outlet store, just remember you can call any outlet store, any Vera outlet store in any state. Doesn't even have to be in your home state. And give them a call, and they can, you can place an order with them. Actually, they have this new service where you can actually do some FaceTime with a sales associate. So you can actually look at your item, you can look at some of the patterns, and you can choose the one that makes you happy. So they will do that with you, which is really cool. And then they can have it shipped to your home address, and you'll have it before you know it, which I like. So I might want to do that. I haven't done that yet because I'm able to, on occasion, get to the factory outlet store. I have two of them, which are about an hour and a half away each direction, so I can manage to do that. But yeah, but there are days if I don't feel like doing the drive, I will probably give them a call and see if I can order some more large Glennas. All right, Addictinistas. So yeah, so I hope this helped in case you're wondering. Again, really great bags. The choice is yours. They pretty much look the same, except one is a little longer, the other one's a little shorter. So depending on how you like to wear it, but you can't go wrong. For me, I like wearing both bags, so for me they're perfect. And yeah, so that is pretty much my comparison video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and of course any comments or questions, leave it down below, and I will be happy to answer as soon as I can. And yeah, and hopefully I'll be posting some more PSAs. I got some Vera mail that I need to unopen, so I look forward to that. Plus a few other things. I have like some Dooney. Well, I have a Dooney, a Rally, and a Fossil. I have a Fossil on its way to me. So a lot of shopping, a lot of looking, a lot of seeing. So if you like the channel, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay in touch. That way when I post, you guys will know. All right, Addictinistas, until the next PSA, everyone please stay well, stay healthy, stay safe. I always say love one another, and yeah, keep those hand sanitizers going. Keep wearing those fabulous Vera masks because I'm really kind of getting a kick. I don't want to get used to them, but I am enjoying them while I have to wear it, right? So I will of course catch you on the next one. So yeah, everybody stay safe and see you soon. Take care now. Bye.